motion here till we get that down really well. There's no reason to start shortening it to that, because then it'll really get confusing. Keep going. Yep. Slow down a little bit. So, can you guys switch places real quick? So what I want you to do is slice me. Don't really.
Okay.
So, cut me from right to left hip or chest, wherever. Yeah, boom, boom, all the way through. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and then there you go. Yeah.
So out here, this one.
Yeah. So I'm going to exaggerate this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and stand here. So realistically, you don't want to go this far because, right? But I'm here, I slice completely here, roll, roll, comes completely back here, and then comes wham, down. And then once I, from stem to stern, I guess you could say, it goes up to either his eyes or neck. It's positioned here, and then this is the ready position. That's where we start. Okay. All this is pre-start. That's just the draw. There you go, yes. All right. We're going to do that with all 9 angles. And, okay, you guys want to switch now? We'll switch. We're going to do that with all 9 angles. So you'll each get one set of 9, and then you'll switch out.
Go all through.
Go 1 through 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were just doing one at a time.
No, no.
Sorry.
I was just using angle number 1 as a beginning point. We'd be here all night if we did that with each angle, which is okay with me, but yeah. So boom, boom, angle 3, bam. Angle 4. Comes up around and then across. Angle 6 is the same way. It comes out like you do in angle 3. Here it comes completely around the back. Up. Now when you get to angle 7, as we said, we tilt it slightly. Now with angle 7, we're going to completely tilt it upside down, pop it, come straight out, up, bam. And make sure, as soon as you do that, turn your scabbard back. Comes in, bam. Because the last thing you want to do is forget to turn that scabbard back and try to shove it in there upside down. And then 8, boom. And then angle number 9 is much like a butt strike with the end of it, comes out, bam! And then comes out like a 3, just like that. And there's the 9 angles. And then switch out and do it again. Once we do that, we'll start with sheathing it. We'll add the sheathing portion of it. Boom, shakalaka. have to do a lot more imagination with the boat.
So from here.
So when you're doing 4, 5, and 6,
Yeah.
4, 5, and 6, it comes out here.
Yeah. Goes around.
4, and then it comes out 5, and then it comes out here, goes around, and 6.
So, yeah, okay, yeah. So when you hit here, you still need to roll around.
So as soon as I hit here, boom, then it comes up, comes down. We always make sure we get into the ready position because this is just the draw. That's all this is. So we haven't even technically actually struck or gotten part of the conflict. This is just drawing the sword out. We have 9 different angles in which we can draw it out, not including the reverse and everything else. But
That works so well.
we'll be doing that after we get done with. So after we get done with the 9 angles, we're gonna redo the 9 angles, but we're gonna focus on sheathing as well. And then once we do that, we'll go back and do the 9 angles again, but with reverse grip and with reverse placing it back in. So
That's right.
yeah, so once you're doing 7, you turn it completely around, pop, it comes out, you come up, make sure that gets turned back around, you come in, boom, and now you're ready. And then you can sheath. And again, we don't do, because you see this, but we're not imagining we're throwing the blood off the blade because that's not real. That doesn't happen. You can do this all day long, and that's not going to throw the blood off the blade. But this is Zenshin. It's a ready position. So we're here like this, and we're like, okay, come on, I'm waiting on you. That's what that is. Yes, we're not necessarily, technically they said it was throwing blood off the blade because they needed an excuse for it other than ready position. So that's what they did. Technically, we're just in Zenshin, we're ready to fight, and we're just, okay, are we gonna put the blade up or am I gonna have to kill you again? That's what.
Now when they were sheathing, wouldn't they have like the cloth over the fingers?
You can do that too. You can do that too. Now make sure you draw the scabbard out more and then draw the scabbard back and turn your hip. That's how you draw. Yes. That's how we draw the blade.
Yeah.
That's not how it's always done, but that's how we do it. When I'm ready to fight, like I'm gonna get into a real life sword fight with somebody tomorrow, because it'll happen. I stick the blade out, boom, it's already popped out. My thumb is already on the side so I don't cut myself. I tilt it slightly so I'm here. My hand is here. So when I want to actually draw the sword, all I do is pull the scabbard back and turn my hips, just like that. Boom, it's out. Now, I'm a hard target because if he skews at me, I've got less of a target. And then there's one, now I'm ready. Boom, just like that. So there's a billion ways. There's as many ways to draw the sword as there are people drawing swords. This just happens to be the way our system instructs it. I like it, so that's how it is. So we do it like that up here. When you get into a real sword fight, you can draw a sword any way you want. I'll tell you that much. When you get into a real sword fight, you do anything you want. I don't care. As long as we train it up here, that's how we draw a sword. Because, we've all been in positions where my sword fight.
Where I look at it, when the zombie apocalypse actually happens, eventually bullets will run out.
Oh, no, yes. I tell people all the time, I'm like, my fists don't ever run out of bullets. My knife doesn't ever run out of bullets. My sword isn't going to run out of bullets. They're going to be afraid, oh, can this shoot? Do I want to waste a bullet? Because I'll be like, I'll cut you all day long. I don't worry about it. I just have to sharpen my blade. And I can make a blade out of a rock. You try to make a bullet out of a rock. Well, that's called a sling.
Yeah.
Right? All right.
I'm probably never going to run out of rounds.
Probably not going to run out of
It'll take a
rock.
while.
So we started with you with the sword, right? So now, okay. So now what we're going to do is the same thing, 9 angles. But we're gonna focus on returning the blade. All right, and we're gonna stay to the basic version. Again, thumb, pop, twist a little bit here, stends out, boom, boom, it draws, turn to the hip, I strike angle 1, come up, and I'm here, all right? Now we're gonna focus, of course, on that, but now we're gonna return the blade. So my thumb is gonna come up, and I'm gonna lay my index finger along the outside left of the scabbard, about halfway past it and halfway in there, right? So when I turn the scabbard, I lay my blade on my finger, just like that, okay? Boom, right? I go down, and as I go down, I put a little bit of pressure on the top part here. Boom, 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 pop. It comes in. Now, as soon as the tip gets in, you push the scabbard up just a little bit, turn it, and then the scabbard goes up and the whole thing comes back. So all you want to get is just the first couple inches into the scabbard before you actually take the scabbard up the sword. And again, that's our systems version of it. If you look at it and you shove the sword into the scabbard, what happens is the tip of the sword and then the rest of it starts scraping on the top of the scabbard. And it'll cause damage, and it'll damage your blade and scabbard, so you don't want to do that. But if you take the scabbard up the sword, that stops that from happening. So there we go. Just focus on the angles, focus on everything else, but now you have to focus on resheathing it properly. Boom. There you go. Yes. Yes. And it's a lot more difficult to do with a boken. Now they do have bokens that actually have scabbards with them. I just don't own one.
They're weird. They're weird.
The bokens are skinnier,
Yeah.
and they're much more easily broken.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the difference between balsa wood and actual real wood.
Yeah.
And make sure you get each of the angles out. Yeah. And then